Hello, and welcome to Season 12 of the Meet the Mancunian podcast, Social Impact Stories from Manchester. I'm your host, Deepa Thomas-Sutcliffe, and I'm so glad you're here today. This season, I'll be speaking with people who are driven by passion and guided by purpose. Individuals working in different ways to shape Manchester and strengthen our communities. In each conversation, we'll explore what motivates them, what keeps them going, and what impact their work is having across our city. These are honest human stories about why people care deeply about what they do. New episodes drop every Tuesday. You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or at meetthemancunian.co.uk. Let's meet this week's Mancunian guests talking about supporting prison leavers recover from addiction. Passionate about supporting people recovering from addiction, we hear from Sean Chaplin, co-founder Rehab Fitness. In Sean's own words,
But just seeing how much people are smiling and grateful after each session what we put on, that makes it all worthwhile for me. Even though we do all this for free, I feel like a millionaire. I feel overflowing with love and energy, and it's just, there's no amount of money it could do for me what I see helping other people.
Thank you so much, Sean, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
Sean, what first sparked your passion for working, supporting the Manchester community?
After being lost to addiction for 13 years, on the back of 42 prison sentences, I found the recovery community, Acorn Recovery Services, picked me up and brought me to Levenshulme in Manchester and helped me to turn my life around. So now I want to give back and help the people of Manchester and people of wherever really, whoever I can help. I've been helped, and we can only keep what we've got by giving it away.
Thank you so much for sharing your own personal journey and how you found support in recovering from addiction and how you'd like to now give back. How did you start your journey with Rehab Fitness?
I met my partner, Cage, in therapy while I was doing the deep emotional attachment program at Phoenix Mill, which enables working with a level 7 counsellor to undo all the stuff that I've been pushing down, taking drink and drugs for years. Before coming out of prison, I realised fitness was good to get people connected, and it was good to help people to feel part of something and realise the worth that they don't have to just be on the streets or living in a tent as I used to do. So me and my partner started training together, and I got asked, do I want to do volunteering at the gym and coach for CGL Manchester? So I took up that opportunity. I got given the innovation fund to do my personal trainer course, passed as a personal trainer. My girlfriend did the same and passed as a yoga teacher. Since she's passed as a personal trainer, we've both become boxing instructors as well. And we've seen the massive impact that we had on helping people through gym, fitness and well-being. So we set up the CIC Rehab Fitness, and this is how it all started off.
Thank you. And when you think about the change you're trying to make through Rehab Fitness, what does success look like for both for yourselves as well as for the people you serve?
So the first part of success is not using drugs and not committing crime. If I'm not using drugs and not committing crime, that's one day at a time. All I'm trying to achieve. I'm helping other people to achieve the same, but we're also passing people off onto personal trainer courses. We're taking 10 people diving into an airplane in 12 days. We're doing a skydiver. We're just trying to help people to see that their worth and the stuff that they can achieve, and giving people hope, really, because I had no hope when I lived in a tent on a fishing pond and I used to be taking drugs every day. So a lot of people who've come through addiction and through the services have been beat down that much that they've got no self-esteem and they feel really low about themselves. So at Rehab Fitness, we want to show people you can achieve anything you want and you can live a life beyond your wildest dreams. And that's what we're trying to build, a community where we're there for each other and we all help each other, because as I'm helping them, they're helping me. So it's a win-win. We're all helping each other.
Thank you for sharing that. And I really like that very much about giving people hope and helping people believe in themselves. And like you said, the skydiving is one such initiative to help people with that. Can you share a bit about the impact of what you do?
So I was trying to find a few testimonies before, because we've had loads of people giving us testimonies saying, listen, I didn't even believe in myself before I come to Rehab Fitness, and then Sean and Kate believed in me. We've got another director on as well, Liz now. All three of us are from the same therapy group. Liz does the yoga and the PTing, I also did a PT myself, but a lot of people are saying without Rehab Fitness, we would have definitely gone back out using. That's another thing, because we've seen so many people after therapy. I'm trying to get into Smithfield at the minute because after 2 weeks going into a detox centre, people are going back out there because there's nothing to carry on to give them structures when they come out of there. So that's why we set this up, because we've seen so many people falling off after therapy. We wanted to keep people involved in a community where they didn't have to be going back out there. So every day of the week, we've got something on where people can come and connect with and stay connected, because our connection is the opposite to addiction. But we've had loads of feedback, people saying we've helped them to achieve so much. People have been crying, saying there's no end of the day, it's amazing what you do. You've helped us so much. People, girls, boys, both, who've never been in the gym in their life, now they're off on PT courses, going to the gym every day themselves. Kate did the boxing, ultra white collar boxing first, then 4 of us did it, then another 2 did it for us last month. We've got 7 people boxing for us in October. These people have never boxed in their life, but we're just seeing people doing things and achieving things what they never thought were possible when they were stuck in the madness.
Thank you for sharing that you're helping people find structure after the therapy. And that's probably when, like you said, the drop off does happen. And if you don't have support. So it's really nice that Rehab Fitness is creating this welcoming space where people of all ages and genders can get involved. And it's really important. Is there a moment that made you stop and think, yes, this is why we do what we do?
To be honest with you, even when I was in the madness, I liked helping people, but I probably used to help people in the wrong ways, thinking that I was helping people turning up with pockets full of drugs and whatever. But since learning to live life without drugs and that, and dealing with the problems that what was inner, because I used to try and fix the inner problems with exterior things all the time. But just seeing how much people are smiling and grateful after each session what we put on, that makes it all worthwhile for me. Like I said, even though we do all this for free, I feel like a millionaire. I feel overflowing with love and energy, and it's no amount of money could do for me what I see helping other people. You know what I mean? I've been that person needing help now. I love helping other people. So does my partner. So does all of team.
As you said, it also helps you, it motivates you as well as it motivates the people who are benefiting from it. And I can understand that the concept of paying it forward is so powerful. And it's wonderful that you and your partner are able to do. What's been the toughest part of the journey so far? And what's helped you navigate that?
Probably not being able to put these services in all the places, because like we've got Trafford Council asking for us, Stockport Council asking for us, Wigan wants us to do stuff. All these different places want what we're doing, but because there's only me and Kate and Liz, we can't facilitate all these different things. And the other thing is the government was funding some personal trainer courses, so we managed to get a few people onto personal trainer courses, but now the government has stopped the funding for that. So that's where the struggle is, really funding and not knowing how we can help people, because there's so many people waiting for the help, but no funding or no resources to help us to get them the help. But on the back of that, the thing that has helped us is Step Up Manchester have been and flourish. The new Victoria building in town, they give us some money to buy boxing equipment, fishing stuff and that. So a few people have helped us, but it'd be amazing if we could find some places who could help us even more, so we could get people into work and do what we're doing, really, you know.
I can understand that, and resources and the ability to find sustainable funding is always challenging for nonprofits. But I'm glad that Step Up Manchester, Flourish have been really supportive. And both of them have been on the podcast and they're great causes, definitely. When the work becomes heavy or the progress is slow, what helps you stay motivated and hopeful? Is there a ritual or a mantra or a belief that keeps you going?
What keeps me going is this: no matter how much work I do, it's nowhere near. My phrase is, this is baby food compared to the work what I used to do in addiction. I would have travelled a million miles to get to wherever I need to get to use drink and drugs. So none of this work is hard work compared to what I used to do to use drink and drugs. And the rewards, what I get from doing this, what I do now, way outweigh the rewards what I used to get, which were none when I was using drugs. So that's what I do. I stick around services, I go to meetings, NA, CA. We've just learned how to do Reiki. We're at peace. I'm at peace inside, and I believe by helping others helps me. So now I don't want to escape from nothing. I'm totally at peace inside and I don't want to run away anymore. That's what helps me keep doing what I'm doing. And it's working up to now.
I'm sure it'll keep working much more. And thank you for sharing that this work you're doing actually makes you feel fulfilled and gives you that peace inside. And you remind yourself that you used to do more for the wrong reasons, and now you're doing it all for the right reasons and helping so many people. So that's also very powerful. So, what's next for you and Rehab Fitness?
We're looking, I'm speaking with people now. Maybe you could help us turn this into a franchise. I've spoken to CGLs all over the country as well who would really benefit having one of these. So we would like to go and help other people have their own CGLs, go and show all these other organisations how to get what we've got here in Manchester, and maybe bring other people on board as volunteers so then we can branch out and go and do work elsewhere because we're maxed out here in Manchester every day. So that's where we're looking at growing. We're looking at growing and helping more people. That's the main goal of this all, is helping people. So we're looking at getting out and helping more people because at the minute we're just we've got everybody from Phoenix Mill. That's where we're based at. That's where we get everyone. So it'll be good to get social prescribing from the doctors and branch out and let other people know about what we do. People can come from anywhere, any area. They can all come and get involved if they want to get involved.
Thank you for sharing that, Sean. Can I just check what is CGL?
It's called the Change, Grow, Live. The organisation what run all the drug organisations you cover Manchester. They've got Liverpool. They've got all over the country.
And they are supporting you.
So in case I volunteer for them, I'm just waiting for my DBS check to come back for them. So they helped us with the innovation fund to become a personal trainer, yoga teacher, whatever. Now we help them by keeping people safe when they've come through them.
Thank you for sharing your plans, and I hope more people can come forward to volunteer as well as to spread awareness and your plans to expand across. I hope those come to fruition. Many of our listeners may want to help but don't always know how. Where can individuals make the biggest difference in a simple, everyday manner, regardless of where they are?
Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and if you slip up, if you do wrong, admit that you do wrong and try and make amends straight away. Even a smile can change someone's day. Something so little as a smile. What helped me to realise my worth was making brews, putting the breakfast morning out at Phoenix Mill, volunteering, putting breakfast out for people for Shine. So that's what helped me to realise my worth, is just helping others. I believe doing service is a big thing. When you help others, it helps yourself. When you do good, good things come. So it's not always easy, but just do your best. That's all you can do. And when you put your head on your pillow of a night time, if you can put your head on that pillow and realise you've not done no one no harm in that day, and if you have done harm, you're going to go and make amends the next day and apologise. But you've had a good day. That's it. All you can do is just do what you can do and just try and be nice and help other people. Helping other people, it helps me, so it'll help you.
I think this concept of being kind is so important because there's so much good in the world if we can just all help each other in small ways. And like you said, you sleep better because you've done something good for the day or regularly. What's something about your work or the voluntary sector that you wish more people truly understood?
I've been on a few calls today about stigma, really. Stigma's a big thing. We've just put on about one of the walks, what we take. We take a walk every Wednesday morning, but someone just put on why I'm at work. So it's listen, unfortunately, some people can't go to work because a lot of people look down on people who are lost in addiction or mental health. Another thing what we normally do, we do litter picking. So we get teams of people to go out and pick litter for the community, and then we talk to the residents and tell them that we're recovering addicts. Because every single person who I've met in recovery, they're good people. They've just been lost to addiction. This can happen to anyone. Kate's come from a totally different background to me, had a really good upbringing, but addiction doesn't discriminate. Addiction can take anyone. Anyone can be just a wage packet away from being sleeping on Piccadilly Gardens. So have a bit of empathy and don't judge anybody. This could happen to your son, your daughter, your grandma, your mum, anybody, you know. I think people need help. If we could be there and try and understand, maybe be there for people rather than look down on them and kick them when they're down, I think that would change a lot of people's lives. It's really nice to be nice. And I think it'd be brilliant if there's more volunteer opportunities for these people, because there's so many people who want to do stuff. Like we collect the food from the pret manager in the Marndale. I've got people who go and pick that up every night and they go and give it to the homeless, walk around town, give it to the homeless. These people want to help people. but there's not that many opportunities out there for people to get involved volunteering.
I think that's really helpful. And also to just think about being a little bit more understanding and seeing that people do want to give back to the community. So just give them a chance to be, whether it be litter picking or taking food to the homeless, or so many different important tasks that we need people to do. That's really important as well. Is there something that you've come across recently which has inspired you?
That's an hard one, that really, because every single day I'm being inspired because I didn't know any of this help was possible. And every day we're collaborating and meeting people who want to help people for free. They've got courses, they've got this, they've got that, and it's all for free. And people want to help people. It's amazing how much help is really out there if you want it. But I didn't know for 30 years. I thought I wanted help, but obviously I just wasn't looking in the right places, especially Manchester. Manchester's got a big recovery network, a big community to help people. The drug organisations in Manchester are amazing. But I'm being inspired every day by people, even if they're not helping people who just want help, just people who have got good at, like on our community, every day people are connecting with each other. Are you all right? If someone doesn't turn up at the gym, they're like, listen, are you all right? So it's beautiful to see so many people, beautiful people, because I've been surrounded with people who've been lost to addiction all my life, and I thought they were all bad people, but none of them are bad people. They're just lost to addiction. But it's amazing now to see the recovery community is growing. It's like recovery is the new trend. I'm seeing the meetings and these places filling up now. A lot more people are getting into recovery, and it's amazing. And I just want people to know you don't need to suffer on your own. Get connected, because connection is the opposite to addiction. Get yourself to meetings, AA, any meetings you want to do. The Men's Talking Circle, Andy's Man's Club. You know what I mean? Mandem meetup, anything. There's loads of things out there where you can go and do it for free, and people just want to help you for nothing. They don't want nothing from you. They just want to see you at your best, and it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Like that about connection being the opposite of addiction, and the fact that Manchester has so many support networks available to help people on their journey out of addiction. Must be very difficult, but I'm glad there's so much support out there. Sean, I'm going to now move us to the signature questions I ask all my guests. If Manchester had a superpower, what would it be and how have you seen it in action?
The superpower, what I would say, would be the recovery network. The recovery network, because I'm from Wigan myself, and a lot of these surrounding towns have not got the recovery network and the community. Manchester's got meetings every single day. You've got organisations, loads of different places where you can go and get help. So I think you've got an amazing superpower of a network of recovery if you want it.
I think that's really interesting. We haven't talked about that before on the podcast as much, so I think it'll be interesting to be aware of that. If you could give the city one new value, habit, or mindset, what would you choose to strengthen community life?
I think it would have to be a mindset that all these people begging on the streets, taking drugs, committing crime every day are not doing that by choice. They're not doing that by choice, and they can't just not take a drug, because that's what I've had, like the police and that said to me in the past, well, just stop taking drugs. But I was powerless to drugs. So it's not as easy as just stop taking them, because if that were the case, I wouldn't be doing it in the first place. So I would like people to change their mindset and stop looking down on these people who are lost in addiction. These people are still people's sons, still people's daughters, whatever, dads, mums, family members, and these people are lost and they don't like doing what they're doing and they really need help. Change your mindset and let's try and help these people rather than look down on these people. Stop judging.
It's really important because we don't know what people's stories are and how they've come to addiction. Like you said, they're still family members, they're still loved ones for somebody. And I do know that at least some of the charities, people have started charities because of losing a loved one to addiction. So it's really important to just remind ourselves of that and not judge. If you could have a 10-minute conversation with a community hero from Manchester's past or present, who would it be with and what would you ask them?
If I could talk about any Acorn, I would talk about making more Acorn buildings, because I still do stuff with Acorn now. They've not got enough beds for people, and it's amazing. They pick people up from the prison gates, take them straight to the house, help them, put them through therapy, and then help people progress on from there to level 2 counselling. They go into college. I went to college level 3. They help people to rebuild their lives at a pace where it's not too much and people can then volunteer, become working for these people. I'm seeing it every day. It would be amazing to get more houses, more beds and more Acorn services. That would be amazing. I would ask any of these people, I would say, what do you think we could do to get more people into recovery? Because I've spoken to people in Piccadilly Gardens who don't know where CGL is and where it's only 200 yards away, whatever. So I'm thinking, what could we do to get more people involved with Rehab Fitness, get more people involved with recovery, give more people hope? How can we give the people of Manchester hope to realise that they don't need to suffer anymore? There is a beautiful life out there from. How can we get them to realise this? That's what I would want to ask.
I think that's very powerful. You talked about it a little bit earlier, that hope that life is not all doom and gloom. There is positivity ahead and there is support out there.
I never would have thought this, but life is beautiful. Life is amazing. But I know if someone would have been telling me that 2 years ago, I would have been like, listen, get your recovery and sling it, because that's not what I want to be hearing when I'm down in the gutter. But now I try and not so much tell people, but just show people, because they can't deny seeing it. They can listen to it and think, oh, hey, I'm talking crap. But when you're seeing it, they can't deny it. Do you know what I mean? It'd be amazing to get people to see the beauty of life today.
When you look back, what's a piece of wisdom or life lesson that this journey has taught you?
So this journey has taught me, no matter what trauma, no matter what has happened in your life, drugs are not the solution. I thought drugs was amazing when I first tried it. It took away all that stuff what was going on inside. And it was fun for a few months or something, maybe a year tops at a push. But then on the back of that, then it was 29 years of not being fun. But so it's learned me, no matter what's going on inside, no matter what pain, joy, whatever feeling you're feeling, you can sit with them feelings. It won't harm you. You'll only grow from feeling them feelings. You don't need to, and you can't fix internal pain or feelings with external things. I think a higher power, no matter what that is, I think will help you to get.
It's really important to think about that. Thank you for sharing your life lesson. I'm sure it's one that really helps you and the people you support. What's the best way for listeners to connect with you or to support your mission and learn more?
We've got socials, Rehab Fitness 180 on Instagram, Rehab Fitness on Facebook. In the Phoenix Mills, we've got all the WhatsApp, so people can just scan the QR code, join our group anytime. If anyone wants to drop us a message, wants to get involved, they can come to the Phoenix Mill every day. We've got things on, gym twice a week, run club twice a week, yoga. We also take people fishing, bike riding, boxing, all different things like that. They can just go to Phoenix Mill, and we're not there ourselves. People point them in the direction of us, and it's easy to just get involved and just turn up. If it makes you fit enough to do the stuff and you're good to go, you're part of the community then.
Thank you so much, Sean, for sharing so many interesting facets of how you're supporting the community and how we as people in the community can be more supportive and more understanding of those in that journey from addiction to recovery. And I think it's a very good reminder, because sometimes you just don't think about it. You don't realize the fact that those people are actually crying for help. I really appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Meet the Mancunian Social Impact Stories from Manchester. If today's episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who believes in the power of passion and purpose, or leave a review to help others discover the podcast. You can connect with me on social media at @Meet the Mancunian on Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky, and at @Meet the Mancunian podcast on YouTube. I'm Deepa Thomas-Sutcliffe, and I'll be back next Tuesday with another story from the people shaping Manchester. Next week, we'll hear from Isabel Lapist, who talks about neurodiversity. Until then, thank you for listening and for being part of this community.